Amid the ongoing devastation in Gaza, where daily life has been turned upside down, 4 stories of survival and unexpected mercy have pierced the darkness and given families and rescuers a reason to breathe again. The first miracle began at the scene of an airstrike, where a home lay crushed beneath concrete and steel. Amid the chaos, firefighters and volunteers digging by hand discovered a tiny newborn still breathing in a narrow pocket of space. And though her mother did not survive the blast, the baby's pulse and cry were described by medics as a divine gift that refused to be snuffed out. Medics on site wrapped her gently, cleared her airways, and rushed her by ambulance to a field hospital where neonatal staff stabilized her, giving the child warmth, oxygen, and antibiotics, while grieving relatives watched and whispered prayers. The speed and coordination of the rescue, plus the fact that she survived without major visible injuries, turned the moment into a community touchstone of hope. The second miracle centers on a little girl who lay trapped beneath fallen beams and masonry for more than 48 hours. Rescuers say she survived because of a small void that protected her, and because neighbors shielded her with blankets and passed food and water through cracks until professional teams excavated her free. When she was finally pulled out, she was weak but conscious, smiling when someone wiped the dust from her face, and the rescue operation that freed her, a mixture of patient digging, shoring up unstable debris, and careful teamwork between volunteers and engineers, showed how human determination can prevail against the odds. The third miracle unfolded not in a dramatic rescue, but in a life-sustaining discovery. An underground spring found by villagers who had been searching for water for days. After hearing a faint trickle beneath a rubble-strewn courtyard, local elders and an excavation crew followed the sound and unearthed a natural seep that quickly turned into a clear, running source. That spring, once tested and protected with simple filtration and community coordination to prevent contamination, became a lifeline that eased the desperate demand for drinking water, allowed families to bathe children and care for the wounded, and became a symbol of providence in a time of scarcity. The fourth miracle concerns a man brought into an emergency tent after being declared clinically dead by overwhelmed medics. Despite no detectable pulse, a team insisted on continuing CPR, alternating compressions and ventilations while preparing for advanced life support, and after 20 continuous minutes of resuscitation, he suddenly began to breathe again and his heart regained activity. He was taken to intensive care where doctors managed his injuries, treated infections, and supported gradual neurological recovery. And now his slow rehabilitation is being celebrated by his community as a second chance at life that would have been impossible without the medical team's unrelenting effort. Each of these events is extraordinary on its own, and together they form a mosaic of survival that speaks to courage, expertise, communal solidarity, and the small, stubborn miracles that can happen even amid conflict, urging us to remember the people behind the headlines and the fragile light of hope they carry forward.